Welcome to the Never Seen It podcast, the only podcast called Never Seen It that's worth listening to. Tonight, we are doing something a little special. We're having some boba. What flavor is that? That looks really delicious, actually.
It's your mom flavored.
Yeah, it tastes like your mom. Your mom tastes like mangoes and pomelo. And yogurt,
wow, that's very nice.
Today I learned my mom is Hawaiian. No.
From Yomi's
I haven't had boba in a while.
rice yogurt.
Just the pizza.
In Convoy, San Diego.
Yeah. Well, checks in the mail for that free publicity.
I miss Convoy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Convoy misses
But
thanks.
welcome to the show, guys. It's just the three of us. We're doing something a little different tonight. We are talking about movies, Comic-Con, the industry in general. This is one of those bonus general discussion type episodes, which I think we'll be doing more of here soon because these are always fun. This is kind of a free form. You know, the mainline shows are great. They're very structured. I feel like we've kind of found our groove. But I like these because, this is more of a conversation. Go ahead.
We're calling it Chit Chat for the Cinematically Depraved.
I like that. That's a good title. AI, ChatGPT could never. Go ahead.
Does this mean that we can throw in any sound bites we want?
I mean, we could always do that. Yeah.
Throw in a duck quacking.
Yeah, I'm gonna edit point right there.
No, we need that monkey. We need Blinky.
Blinky.
Blinky the
dude,
monkey.
I want to get a Blinky plush. Can we? How much does it cost to get that made in China?
They have services that do that. But I'm sure the tariffs
figure that out.
I would love to have a Blinky.
It comes with
plush.
a free pair of 3D glasses that you can put on your Blinky plush. Get it?
That would actually be pretty dope. But yeah, so Ship's a Zombie here, Mr. Justin Holden, Mr. Daily Dares, a.k.a. Filipino Vigio, a.k.a. Alex Gallego, and then there's me, Boots Too Big, a.k.a. Adrian Villatore. And this is the Never Seen It podcast. Which, by the way, if you're not following us on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. I'm like forgetting all the major social media platforms that we post to. Follow us on those platforms, guys. You know, we're everywhere. We're on the podcast feeds, whether it's Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Omnipresent. Yeah, we're the Omni Men. And this is a show where three guys, usually five guys, get together and talk about movies. Very novel concept, I know, but yeah, that's why we're doing this sort of discussion because it's kind of a free for all. But yeah, speaking of movies, as of this recording, there's some new movies out and about. Justin, I believe you recently watched the latest entry into the Jurassic Park saga. Jurassic Park Rebirth? Is that what it's called?
Rebirth, because they need to rebirth it once again.
So what is going on? I mean, Jurassic,
we need a Jurassic World abortion. That's what we need.
So is that what you're saying? Was this movie a dud? Was this movie a stillborn? Tell me about
it. So Jurassic World Rebirth. I'm not going to say it's a dud. However, I am going to say it's a dud at the same time. Now, out of all of the Jurassic World movies that have come out after Jurassic Park 3, they're pretty much all duds, in my opinion. Yeah, they're fun, kind of turn off your brain, action, adventure, with no horror elements to it anymore, unless you call certain scenes horror, I guess. But Jurassic World Rebirth, I would say, in my opinion, is kind of the best bad one out of all the rebooted ones.
Wow.
It's not the best, but it's better than the rest. If you know what I'm talking about. From
the rest.
Jurassic World to Dominion, I feel like Rebirth actually gives us a little bit of a refresher, a little like take a break from a little Chris Pratt for a little bit,
So I was going to ask, is anybody from the original 6 movies in this one at all, or is it a whole new cast?
It's a whole new cast with the same done to death plot.
And is this in the same continuity as the original, as the previous 6?
They do count this as a canon event for the Jurassic World.
That's so weird. It just seems like
it is weird because it's like a it's like a booted. I don't know. It's a double reboot, kind of like Jay and Silent Bob's rebooted. However, the title is the name is the name of what they're doing with the franchise.
Right. Yeah, no, I get that.
I don't understand why they need to reboot things, and I hope this isn't like a reflection of the future of cinema, especially when it comes to summer blockbusters and things like that.
I actually don't think it is.
You don't think they're gonna do another reboot? Like, I mean, they've done War of the Worlds like 3 times.
Yeah, that's a good point. What I'm getting at is simply that this is such a big IP for them, and I feel like Universal's just like, well, we can't just not do anything with this specific IP because we've been doing movies for this now for 30 plus years. We just have to keep going back to the well.
Yeah.
But that brings. I'll let you keep going. But that I want to talk about that a little bit later on as far as originality in Hollywood. Go ahead, Alex.
I kind of feel like there's not much mythology, like very deep mythology per se, like say in terms of like something like an IP like Star Trek or Star Wars or Marvel, right? It's not this rich tapestry of like things that's going on. It's kind of like isolated, and there's not much you can really do. Like they with the past 3, right? They kind of like did this whole like we're like the dinosaurs are all over the world now type of deal, right? I haven't seen. I stopped watching Jurassic Park movies after the 3rd one.
Well, no, they're not all over the world. They're just contained to a certain part of the world, which is was it that Galapagos, whatever? What is that? Those islands called the Hawaiian Islands or whatever? Not Galapagos. Well, I don't know why I said Galapagos, but no, it's the Hawaiian Islands that they're all. The way that all the Jurassic Park movies have, I think the only time that the dinosaurs ever came to like the United States is once in The Lost World from 1997. They go to San Diego in that movie, and then I think in it's either Fallen Kingdom or Dominion where like they have like a similar situation. I think it was Dominion. They have a similar situation where one of the dinosaurs escapes and is actually like rampaging through.
I thought you're talking about the 3rd Jurassic World movie where they bring back the original cast, right?
No. The sequel, the second one, Jurassic Park: The Lost World, the '97 movie. With
Jeff Goldblum.
standalone. Yeah, and Julianne Moore. So it's like even then, like the dinosaurs were contained, and they still like even in Rebirth they still have the dinosaurs contained, except this time around they go to an island or a portion of one of the islands where the dinosaurs have been experimented on, more so than they did in like the other 3 Jurassic World movies. This one focuses more on like, oh, what if the dinosaurs were experimented on? So there's dinosaurs in this movie, but they're not your typical dinosaurs. Like you get, not a spoiler alert, by the way, you get introduced to like raptors like near the beginning of the movie when they actually like touch down on the island finally after some crazy stuff that happens. But you're introduced to these raptors. I think there's like 2 or 3 of them that are about to attack one of the characters, and then they get ambushed by these random flying raptor-looking dinosaur things. I'm not really sure what they called them, but
compies.
No, they're like mutated clones. Like the DNA is spliced. Like they use a lot of spliced DNA with this movie. So like it's a cool concept, and I feel like in certain occasions it really played out well, and then there's other occasions where it's like, okay, this is like pretty much any typical like DNA spliced type of movie where it's like, yeah, we're taking this original concept and then guess what, we're gonna splice their DNA with other dinosaurs and things like that. So you have all these different dinosaurs. They're still dinosaurs, I guess, but they're all like mutated DNA dinosaurs. So
I mean, at what point do these stop becoming dinosaur movies? Because it sounds like they're just becoming monster
Well,
movies.
it looks like that's
And
where
not
they're
good
going,
ones either. Right.
especially in this one.
So go ahead.
No, go for it. Go for it.
I was just gonna say an idea I just had, because the trailer for I think it was the third Jurassic World movie opens with like showing like a flashback during the dinosaur era, and you see the mosquito flying around and sucking blood out of the dinosaur. I actually thought that was kind of cool as a concept. Like, I would have loved to have seen an entire movie of dinosaurs back in the day, and like, but there's a story. Like, you could have like a T-Rex finding its, I don't know, T-Rex baby or something, or a steg, or any dinosaur. It doesn't even matter. But it's the whole movies, and there's no dialogue, there's no human characters. It's all dinosaurs. And then in the last 10 minutes of the movie, you see a dinosaur, they hear something, and then they go in the bush and they go over there and they see a human, and then they see a bunch of humans, and then it just ends. And it's like, wait a minute, we thought this is in the past. No, my friend, this is in the future. Because the dinosaurs eventually took over again, and then we became kind of extinct, but not really, but then we're still there. Yeah. See, that's a very first draft idea, but that's more original than the shit we got in the last 4 movies.
Did the dinosaurs speak in your movie?
No. No, because we, the audience, the whole time we're thinking, oh, this is a flashback to 65 million years ago, but no, it's actually, I don't know, 65 million years in the future or something, or 65,000, whatever. We'll all be dead before.
I feel like that could work.
I'd love to see that. I think that would be such a fresh, bold way to do it. But they'll never do that, because Hollywood doesn't have a spine. Like you said, they keep rehashing the same shit over and over and over, and they're never going to stop. They're doing a Harry Potter TV show now, for crying out loud.
Right.
And it's like, didn't we say enough with the first 7-8 movies? Now we got to do a whole TV show for Harry Potter. Like, why?
Are
and that thing's going to be 8 seasons instead of 8 movies.
Are they just redoing the whole story?
Oh, I don't even know. I don't know, actually.
They are going.
Is each season a book?
Book 1 to book 7. Oh, okay. I don't know. That's another thing. I don't know what they're planning on as far as seasons go. They could maybe like half a season, like one season's like half a book. I don't know what they're planning on doing, but they could do whatever they want because it's a series.
I will say this isn't new either. Like, they've been remaking a lot of the same movies and shows for decades. Like, how many Wizard of Oz's do they make? And I'm surprised I feel like we're way overdue for a new one in a way. Like, it's only a matter of time before they announce a new Wizard of Oz.
Would you guys consider like Doctor Who? Like, almost like the same thing, where they just they just have a new doctor. I'm not a fan, or I know a little bit about Doctor Who, but not a lot. But would you consider that kind of the same thing, that they just
I thought that's more like James Bond. Like, they just keep redoing a new James Bond every 10 years or whatever it is, right?
Not really, though, because like, at least with like Doctor Who, they kind of know that other doctors exist, right?
They do acknowledge that other doctors exist in this show. Yeah. And also some of the older doctors come on to like the newer doctors shows as well.
I like the idea that I read on Reddit one time, where they were like, Bond is just a generic name. It's just a different person each time that just uses the code name Bond. Yeah. But they dispelled that whole thing when the Daniel Craig movies, because that's really his like birth name and shit. So. Yeah. But hey, who knows? Maybe we'll get a Bond announcement at the upcoming Comic-Con, which I believe, Alex, you are going to. You and Arnold, and is Donnie going? I feel like Donnie is going, right?
Yeah, Donnie, our Donnie Appleseed.
Yeah, Donnie Appleseed, friend of the show, host of the show.
Yes.
What are you doing to prepare for that? Host. Actually, tell me this really quick. I was watching some TikTok videos about Comic-Con. And this person was talking about how you can do a lot outside the Comic-Con itself. They have a lot of, what was she calling it? Launch offs or activations. Yeah. So tell me about that. What is that exactly? This is all new to me. I don't know.
Yeah. So, like they do these activations like all around the world. Like they'll do them in Vegas and New York, LA. But usually it'd be like a studio bringing like a new property or like even a popular property. Like I know in Vegas they did like a Netflix cafe where they had like served food that was kind of themed around a bunch of their shows, right? But with Comic-Con, they kind of were the experience. It's so they always talk about like that sort of immersive element type of thing, right? I kind of feel like while Disney has been doing that for ages, Comic-Con and the people behind a lot of the studios were doing this sort of like pop-up experience, immersive experience that and that now a lot of people are doing everywhere, you know, like so say for instance they do like did Justin and I, we went to Castle Rock a few years ago, and it was like this experience. The show, I don't know if it was a Stephen King show or was based around the Stephen King writings, but like we went into this. It was like basically a haunted house, like a haunt, right? Basically, and it was themed around like a bunch of like different Stephen King stories, and we just walked through. And it's basically just to promote this upcoming show or movie. And depending on like what they decide to do, sometimes the experience is just something simple where like last year we went to FX, the network FX, and they had a bunch of different activations all in this cluster. And the one that we went to, which I kind of regret going to and kind of not, but I still wanted to go anyways. It was for The Bear, the TV show The Bear. And it was cool, the merch that you got. But like, so I had gone inside the convention, went and bought some stuff that I had gotten tickets for, came back out, and Arnold and Donnie, they were waiting in line for FX to get into The Bear. I finished within an hour. They were still waiting. And I got into line, and with them, I was able to jump in line with them, which I later on found out was like people were kind of like, "Hey, you can't be doing that." Like I didn't know, but they were saving my place for me. So what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
And anyways, we were in there and we were waited for another hour and a half, only to get in there.
Oh, so it didn't even matter.
Yeah, exactly. So we waited another hour and a half. We get in there and it's just like kind of like the size of like a small Starbucks, right? And there's a couch that's kind of like a booth at a restaurant, and you can sit in there and they can take a picture of you. And there's a sign that says The Bear behind you. I was like, oh, cool, okay. And I was expecting this like a huge to do, right? Like the way the Castle Rock thing was, right? They give you some sort of like something, some oomph, like they make you like feel special for getting in there, right? All you do is they put you in there and you're sitting at a counter, and they had these cloches that were on top of platters, right? And underneath the cloches, like everybody had like the same merch that they got, and I wanted this apron, the chef's apron that said The Bear. I got a hat that said The Bear. I was like, all right, I'll take it.
Totally worth the 3 hours.
I was like kind of waiting for some food or some drinks, and like, all right, see you guys. I was like, that's it. We waited for 3 hours for that. Damn. And I was like, man, we should have gone to the what we do in the shadows part. At least they had something cooler and they had some other stuff. I was like, but
it sounds like that would deactivate you.
Yeah. But I would say like overall, like a good portion of the activations do cool things. Like
so it's like an immersive
like, yeah. It's like this immersive experience. Every has like these different immersive experiences, and how immersive they get is up to the studio and how they like Shudder is doing this really cool like activation where it's for Clown in the Cornfields. They're promoting that. And there's gonna be like this cornfield thing there, and then
nice.
There's a lot happening this year.
Yeah, the videos I was watching, they were talking about how they pretty much take over like all of downtown San Diego. because all this stuff requires so much real estate to to set up all these booths and activations and whatnot.
They pretty much call it a campus.
Yeah.
San Diego Comic-Con campus, where it's like you have the convention center and the immediate surrounding spaces, but then like you cross the street and then there's hotels and like storefronts that are empty, but they get taken over by studios or comic book production companies or whatever, and then they do pop-ups, or and then the people were throwing parties and all these things like I just found out last night that Justin, one of the groups that we've seen together often was on Imanaguchi. They're playing this year at the House of Blues to promote like the new Scott Pilgrim.
Wait, is that? Do you not like? What was that, Justin? That you don't like them or?
No, I love them. I've seen them like almost every time I've seen them with Alex. I think I've seen them 2 or 3 times now.
Yeah, I think it was like twice at least.
I think it was twice. Yeah, dude,
and
they're great.
Free.
They're amazing performance, and it's free. Damn, dude. Onamaguchi's great. Yeah, Scott Pilgrim's great as well. What you said? There's a video game coming out?
Yeah, there's a new video game called Scott Pilgrim. I think it's EX or X.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Is it?
It's like a continuation of the storyline.
Oh, interesting.
Kind of similar to
other game.
I'm not really sure. I actually want to go to that panel. That's one of the panels I want to go check out.
Damn. Yeah, you'll have to give me some deets on that later.
For sure.
Alex, would you say that San Diego Comic-Con is like the premier Comic-Con? Because I feel like there's cons all over the country every year, but this sounds like it's the top shelf Comic-Con. Is it?
I would say that a lot of comic conventions either ape entirely the San Diego Comic-Con repertoire, or they have taken a lot from it. But there's nothing that really is conducive to the nature of the Comic-Con, the San Diego Comic-Con experience. You couldn't they keep on every year they keep talking about like, oh, they're gonna move to a different city. Are they gonna move to another city? I don't think it could have the same feeling in like Vegas or in LA or New York, because the city itself lends itself to what it is known for. Not just the actual convention itself, but you could take that convention and move it to Vegas or move it to LA and still have that function properly, right? But you can't have the campus like it does. Like if you try to move it to LA, it's like, no, it's too hard to walk around. Like with San Diego Comic-Con, it's so easy to walk around in downtown San Diego and go to things. And not feel like weirded out or sketched out, Vegas would just be too hot this time of year,
Oh, forget it.
Like to kind of go off of that real quick. Like I can imagine Comic-Con coming to Vegas. However, I don't know. There's something about the San Diego Convention Center that is just so much different from any other convention center I've been to, even Anaheim Convention Center. And I really like the Anaheim Convention Center.
Yeah, me too.
It's just there's something about the San Diego Comic-Con Convention Center that has so much familiarity, even though I have not gone as much as you guys have. But every time I go back, it's like riding a bike. When I go to the convention centers here in like Las Vegas, even Anaheim, or the Los Angeles Convention Center, I am lost all the time. Parking's like relatively difficult to find. In San Diego, the parking is like a premium price most of the time, but at least I know where the hell I'm going. At least I know where to lead to, where to walk to. And then in Vegas, I feel like it would drive in a completely different crowd. And honestly, I don't think I've ever seen or I've ever been to a convention that resonated with me as much as San Diego Comic-Con. Because like anytime like a comic convention is mentioned comes up or is in town, even here in Vegas, I'm just like, man, I wish I could go to Comic Con this year. Even now, I'm like, I can't go this year, and I'm like, man, I haven't been able to go to Comic Con over the last like 3-4 years, maybe more. Oh yes, I haven't gone since pre-pandemic. I haven't gone to that convention, so since 2019, I think that was my last one. And anytime something like that is mentioned, I'm just like San Diego Comic Con. Like I don't. I've been to Los Angeles for their comic convention, and it's just not as memorable. I've made more memories at San Diego Comic Con than any other convention. All the other conventions, like they're cool and all, like they're great. There's something different. There's something magical, absolutely magical about San Diego.
There's a certain je ne sais quoi to San Diego.
Well, you know that je ne sais quoi. Part of that je ne sais quoi is the close proximity to the water. You're like right at the marina. So it's like, I think that's why it's so conducive to outdoor experiences, because you're basically at the beach with no sand nearby. You're actually at a marina and there's the waves crashing on like the shore. But it's like that gentle, like sort of like relaxing. That's kind of like one of those reasons why I like to go down to the Seaport Village near the convention center just on my days off and like just hang out, because it's just nice to be able to walk around that area, just feel the breeze. Even if it's a hot day, sometimes it's just like it's better than being like inland, like landlocked.
Yeah.
San
Diego's a great city. If there's any city, if I could ever afford to live in California again, San Diego would be the spot for me, because I love San Diego.
I've said the same thing. Honestly, I would live in San Diego. I lived in Escondido. That's not the same though, or in Carlsbad. It's not the same as like San Diego proper though.
Yeah.
I mean, and hey, you guys did your own Comic-Con a couple times in the grand old city of Palm Springs. So I feel like Comic-Con runs through your guys' veins a little bit, because you guys had your own Comic-Con at one point. Yeah. So I've only been to one.
It definitely influenced us, a lot. What we do.
Is there anything, Alex, different about Comic-Con now? I feel like with everything going on with the big changes in the film and TV industry and just entertainment across the board, I mean, like, what are some of the changes you've noticed?
Yeah.
Well,
while we're, we've been going. I've been going for a very long time. You've seen this kind of uptick of like Hollywood involvement, right? And wanting to.
Have you ever missed a year, by the way?
Not a year since. The pandemic, but everybody missed.
But that doesn't count because the convention was canceled anyway.
Yeah.
That's true.
I haven't missed a year since 1999.
Wow. Wow. Yeah. I don't know that I've done anything consistently since 1999, let alone go to the same event every year. That's crazy. Go on. Sorry.
It's the same event, but not.
Yeah. It's like
it's a different experience every time.
Yeah, it's like on Christmas Day you're like, oh, what am I gonna get? What is like the excitement that when you're a kid, like that day. What's new? What am I gonna experience? It's that like bright eyed. I think that's why I go every year. It's like that optimism, that bright eyed optimism of like something cool happening, something fun or something, and connecting with like other artists, so that's one of the things.
Yeah.
But like, as you were talking about like the changes over the years, definitely experienced like from the start of my time going to Comic-Con till now, it's definitely dipping. I wouldn't say it's like back to where it was in 99, but studios are starting to back off on promoting their stuff. They're very like risk averse to sending spending the money to like possibly not getting any return. Like one of the most notorious ones, which is a shame, but it's now a cult classic, which was Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Scott Pilgrim versus the World, they went all out at Comic-Con. They had a party there. They had all the actors there. I remember we stayed at the hotel where the actors for Scott Pilgrim were staying at, and I was in the elevator with Michael Cera, Aubrey Plaza. I bumped into Jason
What?
Schwartzman while I was
Yeah.
down in during the party. I met the drummer and the guitar player from Scott's band, and they autographed
Michael
the poster.
Cera, Aubrey Plaza, and who was the other one?
Jason Schwartzman.
That just sounds like a cocktail of awkwardness right there,
Yeah, dude.
but like in the best
No,
way possible.
Dude, so I have a story for that. Before I get into the rest of it, I'll tell it really quick. So the way I met,
do tell.
I ran into Aubrey Plaza and Michael Cera. So I went down into the party, and I was like, because I thought I saw Jason Schwartzman. I was like, I'm going to go down there because we could see right into the party where our room was. I go downstairs to the party, just walking around, just kind of trying to see if I could find him. Because I knew what he looked like. I knew what shirt he was wearing. But then I didn't notice him, right? And then as I was about to go back, he comes out of this room, right? That's it, nearby, and he has a different colored shirt. He has an orange shirt on, but he's talking into a cell phone, and he bumps into me. He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry." I was like, "That's all right." I was like, "Whoa, that was so wild." And then I amongst all that wildness, I like that year for some reason I was wearing sunglasses. And I had went into the to the elevator area, and as I turn the corner, I see Michael Cera, Aubrey Plaza, and their entourage waiting at the elevator, the same elevator that I was trying to get into to get my room, right? And I Justin knows I don't get I don't
Starstruck?
I don't freeze up. I don't get starstruck. I don't. But it was just so weird and awkward at that moment that I was kind of feeling overwhelmed. That when I walked into the elevator with them, you know how when you walk into an elevator, you turn around and you face the door? I walked into the elevator and I just stopped. And I was facing them, and I was like
this.
I didn't know what to do. And so they're like, all right, I'll see you. They get out of the elevator, and I'm still super awkward, And it was just the most awkward moment for me that I've ever had with celebrities. And I've met I've walked up to celebrities and just been like, hey, what's up, man? And they thought they were supposed to know me. There's this writer, her name's Sam Maggs. She's really cool. She's written a lot of stuff for video games and comics. And every time I've seen her, I was like, hey, what's up, Sam? She's like, hey, what's up? And then you could tell she looks at my badge, and then she's reading it, and she's thinking as if she's supposed to know who I am. It's like, what's up? How have you been? And talking to me as if she knows me, right? Because I
Right.
talk to her, and that's how I've always treated a lot of celebrities. It's they are people. They're just people. You shouldn't get super freaked out about that stuff. But
I learned that from you, Alex, because I see celebrities a lot at my work, and I just go up to them, say hey. If they'll be, most of the time they'll be like, hey, you want a picture? Or I'll be like, yeah. Most of the time it's just a quick meet and greet, and then they move on. But I've learned that from you, though. I've learned to not treat celebrities like they're to be idolized. I just kind of I'll say hi. If they want to chat, we'll chat. If they don't, I leave them alone.
Yeah. Yeah, just treat them
Well,
like
that's
people.
the way it should be.
They just want to be treated like everybody
Too many
else.
people have parasocial relationships with celebrities. They should also have paranormal relationships with celebrities. That might be more interesting. That might be better and healthier to have a paranormal relationship with a celebrity than a parasocial relationship. But yeah, I totally get what you're saying. Just, treat them because that's what they are at the end of the day. And too many people are obsessed. Oh my god, it's the celebrity culture has gone out of hand, and it's even worse now with these celebs. These TikTok celebs, these Instagram celebs, and it's they're not even
You know,
They'll just make anybody famous nowadays. You know what I mean?
I get a lot of influencers that come into my work and things like that, and honestly, I have a worse interaction with them than I do like a regular celebrity.
Right.
I have a
Yeah.
way where they're way less humbled than some celebrities. Not all.
They haven't been classically trained to be famous. They need some sort of like structure.
Yeah.
Right. So.
Yeah.
But really quick on the note about studio and network involvement, you're saying that that's changed a lot recently, especially recently, right? I mean,
it's just kind of just taking it. Yeah, like going back to the whole Scott Pilgrim thing, like that notoriously failed. Like they spent so much money, and so that's kind of like a lot of people point to that year as kind of like people starting to question the amount of money. Like, well, is it worth going to Comic-Con? You know, because even that during the panel, what they did was like they took the whole panel to a movie theater to watch Scott Pilgrim. They walked over to a movie theater and watched Scott Pilgrim.
Wow.
That would never happen anymore. And, you know, and like this year, Marvel's not there. They're going to have a presence.
Whoa!
But last year
crazy.
they did this big old thing with like they had the panel. They had two panels basically, where one of them they screened Deadpool versus Wolverine, and then the second panel is where they do their normal like announcements of all the new movies. But this year they're not there. I think they're supposedly doing a big thing because like they said, Kevin Feige said that we plan our schedule around Comic-Con. So their plans there, they haven't announced. I'm sure they're going to announce them soon. It's supposed to be like something for the Fantastic Four. People think it's like going to be a screening, but we don't know. But yeah, Disney is going to be there, but Disney spends a lot of money there in general because they have FX. They have Fox. They have Disney. They have Marvel. They have Star Wars. So they kind of have to be there in some sort of form for every single thing they're doing. Like this year they have Tron Ares, the Predator, Predators that I don't know, but then they have Alien Earth is going to be there.
Premieres on my birthday.
But yeah, like, which one?
Alien Earth premieres on my birthday, August 12th.
Oh man, the girl in that is a cutie. Man, I don't want to I hate objectifying, but then like when I first saw that, I was like, oh,
shame.
She kind of has that like Bjork, like 90s Bjork vibe.
Yeah, so. I see what you're talking about. Yeah, talking about like studios like not showing up, movie studios not showing up to Comic-Con. It kind of brings up something that I've seen through the years. So I'm not sure how familiar you guys are with it, but there are a couple of like video game conventions that have come to pass. Like the biggest one of them all, which was the Comic-Con of video games, which was E3 or the Electronics Entertainment Expo, which is now defunct. It's no longer a thing.
I heard about that.
Yeah, so like for the longest time, E3 was kind of hard to get into because you had to have been in the industry or press or whatever. So it was actually for a long time it was really hard to get into E3. I was lucky enough to go 2 times, and that was a wonderful experience. And then like years and years later, I think it was like 2015 or 16, they decided to open up E3 to the general public. And they just had like mass turnout for it the first year that they opened it up for the general public. But at the same time, like all that was cool and all, but for some reason, video game companies kind of like got a little greedy on that. And then I also noticed that the quality of the convention kind of took a nosedive at the same time. It used to be like you go to these conventions and before it was like open to the public, and I walked out with like bags of swag, like everything, video game codes, copies of video games, shirts, hats, you name it. Every booth there was giving you something. It was crazy. Didn't have to pay for anything except for the alcohol, and it was pretty cool because you can walk around with alcohol on the convention floor. It was
what year would you say that What year would you say that
Two-
took place?
when that happened, when I went, was 2009 and 2010. Those are the 2 years I was able
Okay.
to go to E3,
The,
and
I would say those are peak years. Like if you're getting that much swag going to E3, I would say
yeah,
that's probably the same as like Comic Con. Those were
yeah,
peak free swag years.
yeah,
Well, yeah, it's because these video game companies and studios are fucking greedy. That's my cynical take. They put more effort into marketing than they do into actually making good movies and good video games. You know,
yeah, yeah,
that's what it looks like to me. Like it just looks like they're great at marketing. They're always
yeah,
top notch when it comes to, but when it comes to like telling good quality stories, like in the Jurassic World franchise, for example, I mean, come on, like how do you not put it in the same kind of effort into that you do into marketing this shit at Comic Cons and other stuff?
yeah. And it's just kind of crazy because now E3 is defunct, and so is which is a pretty big company because a lot of the companies also separated themselves and they decided to do online reveals, like online, world premieres they like to call it. So now you
Yeah,
can, which is fine. I like watching video game trailers and premieres online. It's just like having that physical like meetup with like-minded people. This kind of sucks not to have it because the PlayStation experience, the last one was in 2017, and that was it. And I don't know. And it's not. I'm not saying that this is something that would happen to Comic Con. I don't see Comic Con going anywhere. However, I do see other conventions probably going away because of
oh yeah,
rising costs of everything,
oh
and
yeah.
obviously like promotion. I don't know. How do you feel about that, Alex?
Would you say that like before I answer that question, would you say that like PAX is on the video game world, or is that more like all around gaming, tabletop, video games, independent video games?
So so PAX is an independent gaming convention. I don't necessarily see that going anywhere unless there's a downturn of indie developers. Right now, at the current moment in time, indie developers and indie studios are doing better than most AAA studios.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, and that
for
actually
example,
answers. Oh, go ahead, go
uh-huh.
ahead.
I
No,
was
go,
going to
go
say
ahead, go ahead.
like the best example for that is a game called Helldivers 2 in particular. Now that's an
Heard of
indie
it.
game. Yeah, they're a little bit bigger of a studio, but there's still an indie developer. And that game launched with such a huge player base that it was hard for them to keep up at first, as far as like servers go. So it's like, man, that's an indie game. That's not even a AAA game. And what do you consider a AAA game? Well, it's like if it's a major IP release from major studios like Electronic Arts or Blizzard or Activision or Bungie, or you know those are AAA companies that make AAA games, and the AAA experience is the big blockbuster version of what like movies are. Like the biggest
Yeah,
games come out like near fall and winter time, and that's when you're going to see most of these AAA games
Yeah.
come out. But like indie developers, you know they don't get the limelight as much, but these days they do. And I feel like the indie developers have definitely made their way on pushing AAA's to the side a little bit, sidelining them.
Yeah.
I think that's good. I think indie is the way to go.
See,
Yeah,
but to answer
At
your
least they
When everything
care.
is owned by
They
one of a handful of companies,
yeah.
this is what happens. So then
At
the
least they
indie artists have to rise up. You know.
Yeah, and they care about what they're doing. They care because like it's just literally like one guy, maybe
Yeah.
10 people, and that's it.
again,
The guy that made Stardew Valley, that was one guy that made that entire
Yeah.
fucking game. One guy made Stardew Valley.
Yeah.
One guy
See,
made
and-
Minecraft. Well, it's two guys that made Minecraft, but you know what I mean.
and that kind of answers my a part of my question that you asked me. I think that the future of Comic Con lies again going back to the indies, and that's where they're going. They're like really leaning hard at Comic Con on independence, on like smaller press. Like this year is the first year in a while that I can't remember I think it was Fantagraphics is back, and they hadn't gone to Comic-Con in the past, like even before the pandemic, they stopped because it was just like, okay, now it's all these big IPs, they're kind of take up all the floor space. But now what you're seeing is even in the toy world, right? Like something like Funko was like eating up the whole convention basically. You couldn't like walk around the store, the floor, and not see a Funko Pop. I think this year their lunch is getting eaten by companies like Pop Mart, and even former people from Funko. They started their own companies. There's a company called Thrilljoy and another one called Rockimoto. Rockimoto is founded by the original Funko fun maker. Mike is what he's known as, but he's going more towards um, like original IP. He's getting other IP like Astro Boy, but it's like stuff that he's loved. He's not just getting, oh yeah, let's every single movie, let's do a Dune pop. Let's do, you know what I mean? Let's like stuff that didn't make sense. He's actually doing stuff because he loves it, and I think that's what
that's the way it should be.
Yeah,
yeah.
And there's a new
Do you think
studio that's coming out called Ignition Press, who's going to have a pop-up outside of the convention so like other people can like, but they're going to premiere a lot of books there, and they're former founders of like and big names from Boom Studio, I believe. But yeah, they're doing this thing, and they're touting it as doing comics in a different way. So there you go. Independents are the future.
Yeah. Do you think there's going to be a Funko Pop landfill eventually?
There already is, I think.
I'm sure there
I'm
is.
surprised we haven't gotten a Funko Pop big studio movie project yet. I'm shocked at that.
Yeah.
You know,
There is a big studio Funko Pop video game coming
being
out.
announced next week at San Diego
that's
Comic Con.
That's true.
Yeah, I'm
But yeah,
actually kind of
that's-
excited about it. But hey,
Yeah. But I think Funko will survive just because they own so many other like things. They own like Loungefly. They bought out Mondo, which a lot of people hate because that killed the whole
Wow.
like repro
I had no
movie
idea.
poster thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
they bought Mondo, and now they're going more towards like toys and Mondo, like prestige style statues and stuff like that. Whereas like they're super expensive.
yeah,
But
Everybody's buying everything. Watch. One day there's going to be one company and they just own everything. Oh, wait a minute. We already have that. It's called BlackRock.
Rondo.
No, I don't know. I don't
It's
know what
got
I'm talking about.
electrolytes.
It's got.
but it's got electrolytes.
You got to have them electrolytes, son. Oh, man. Okay, good stuff. Well, yeah. So, we're talking about passion over profits. There's one guy out there right now that clearly has shown the world how passionate he is, and his name is James Gunn. And
Right.
Mr. James Gunn recently made a little movie. You may have heard of this called Superman, and I watched it, and I loved it, and I wanted to talk about it really quick because I was very excited about this movie. No, actually, I wasn't even that excited. I'll be honest with you. I wanted to see it, but I tempered my expectations a little bit. Right, and I was blown away at how good of a movie it was. And I know you guys haven't seen it, and I won't spoil anything. But all I want to say is that it's a fun, fucking movie, and we really needed that. A fun superhero movie that isn't like trying to be dark and weird, like some of the stuff Marvel's been putting out lately, but just something that's got like an optimistic fucking message to it. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like in these times people turn to like entertainment, right, for like escapism and whatnot, and I really do think this movie has done that for a lot of people, myself included, and I highly recommend it. I feel like James Gunn knows what he's doing, man. He knows how to make, even if like the story might be a little weird and dumb in some parts, like this movie does not let down for a second. It just goes.
It's a comic book movie. What can you expect? Weird and dumb.
I know, and the beauty of it is that it starts in what feels like the middle of the story already, and you're like, whoa! But then it works. It just goes from there. It does slow down a little bit in the beginning to kind of set things up, establish some plot points. but then it's just nonstop from there, and it doesn't feel exhausting. You know, some movies like they do that and they just feel exhausting. Like, oh, when is this movie going to slow down? Like to breathe a little bit. I didn't feel that way with this movie. I felt like the pacing was top notch, and I highly recommend it. Even if you're not a big Superman fan, you don't have to be. I really do believe that people are going to enjoy this movie a lot, regardless of how they feel about superheroes in general. Go ahead.
I watched it too. Actually, just like last night or something.
Oh, you did watch it. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. And Gil, I so agree with you. I actually kind of went in. I was like, okay, I love James Gunn's movies, like Guardians of the Galaxy. I love them. Like Suicide Squad, loved it. I'm not the biggest fan of Superman, and like I understand Superman as a whole. I understand his concept, and I love that about Superman's concept and design and character flaws and all that. But I kind of had low expectations. All I knew is just like I'm going to see a James Gunn film, and I think that was what did it for me. What got me to go to the theater to begin with. The last time I liked a Superman movie was Man of Steel, the Christopher Nolan one. Was it Christopher Nolan? Yeah, Christopher Nolan movie.
No.
That I actually really. Oh, Zack Snyder, not Christopher Nolan. My bad.
I was gonna say.
Thank you for correcting me. Zack Snyder cut of Man of Steel. No, that was I loved that one. I loved everything about like the Man of Steel. That was really good. And then prior to that, I think the last Superman movie I actually enjoyed was like Christopher Reeve's Superman.
Yeah,
I love those old school campy movies.
That's what I grew up on.
Yeah.
Was the Christopher Reeve film. And I grew up watching the, on reruns, because I'm not that old, the original Superman black and white TV show with, his last name was Reeves, wasn't it?
Yeah, his last name
wasn't his dad?
I think it was his dad.
Yeah.
No, because one's Reeves and one's Reeve. They weren't related, were they?
Oh, I thought they were both Reeves.
Well, let's take a look.
Let's
have a research department look into it. By the way, Justin, really quick, can I just bring this up since you're talking about corrections?
Sure.
You said on our Inland Empire episode that the old lady that Laura Dern talks to, that actress is Laura Dern's mom. And someone commented on our podcast episode on YouTube saying that's not her mom. That her mom is some other lady, like I think her name was Diane Ladd or something. And I looked it up, and that person was right.
Yeah, she was. Diane Ladd is in Inland Empire, but she's not in that scene. She's in a talk show scene. Remember that?
Right.
Well, because when I was like doing research on that episode, I like one of the fun facts that came up was like that was like it said it was her mom. So maybe I got trolled by wrong information, but whatever, man.
A rare correction issued by the Never Seen It podcast.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? That means that somebody's listening, and that's always good to know. Thanks for correcting me.
We appreciate you guys correcting us. Let us know when we're wrong, please.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there was something I don't even remember what episode it is at this point. There was something that somebody said. I think it was you, Justin, again, not to pick on you, but there was one little detail or fact that you stated, and I remember somebody later was like, that's wrong. Or maybe I know it. I don't even remember what it was, but yeah, I think it's good to have the interaction, engagement with our viewers and listeners. Like, yeah, if we and believe me, I'm sure I say shit all the time too that's completely off base. Let us know.
I think I think a lot of times I talk out of my ass.
Well, here's the thing. It's like
we all do.
when it comes to like talking about movies, I have this thing where I love to like learn about movie facts as I go. Like I don't necessarily try to like write them down. I don't necessarily try to like save it for later on my computer or whatever. Right. Like I'll go into it, read about a bunch of facts, try to do some like history checks of it. But whenever I'm like in a discussion with it, I like to, like, even though I have my phone on me, like I can go and like research things right now. But I like to do some gymnastics with my memories sometimes when it comes to movie trivia or just movie history in general, and the things that I remember I will try to bring up. Now maybe that might not be correct, but it also allows me, because that's how I learn. I learn from my mistakes. If I make a
that's
mistake
good.
on some factual or
honestly, I'm the same
things,
way. I don't know.
I'd rather
try
learn
to prepare.
From it.
Yeah, I try to prepare for this show more now than before. Before, I used to just wing it most of the time.
I would much rather be corrected and admit that I was wrong than to have a hill to die on. Yeah. So if I'm wrong, yeah, cool, I'm wrong.
Let us know.
Just correct me, please. Maybe that'll be a segment.
I mean, there's no reason, and there's no reason for us to get upset about it, right? There's like, why?
Yeah.
Like somebody told us we were wrong. It's like, okay, we were wrong.
Yeah, I mean, even when it's just your opinion, like that Saving Private Ryan video I did, I got a lot of negative comments for that. Like, this is a shit take. It's a garbage take. This, that, and the other. I'm like, hey, it's just my opinion, bro. You don't have to agree with it. Yeah, that's how I feel. I'm not trying to troll. I'm not trying to rage, but I'm really not. Like that Tom Hanks video, and I'm being honest here, I've been thinking about that for like over a year at this point because I love that movie. Saving Private Ryan, by the way, is one of my favorite movies. Tom Hanks is one of my favorite directors. Spielberg, one of my favorite. Tom Hanks, one of my favorite actors. Excuse me. Spielberg's there. I'm wrong about that too. Spielberg's one of my favorite directors. And I thought, wait a minute. After all the stuff they go through, Tom Hanks' character, he just comes off as kind of an asshole. And I was like, I was originally going to do an article about it. I was like, you know what's better? A video. Let's get it out. And let's get it out on videotape. Yeah. And a lot of people did not agree with with my take on it.
Yeah.
And by the way,
I agreed with your take, though.
Thank you.
I think you had a great take. And I think people take that movie like too seriously. Okay, it's rooted in reality, but it's a movie. And it's a fictional character. Ryan is a fictional character.
None of that happened.
I like your take on it, though. I feel like people who claim like, yeah, this is a real time in history that it's based off of, but I think your take on it is understandable and makes a lot of sense. I think everybody that commented on that didn't take that into effect. They're just like, oh yeah, this is a real thing that really happened type of deal. And it's like, damn, like calm down. It's a movie, bro.
Let's normalize critiquing beloved franchises.
Right. Exactly.
Let's just normalize.
And here's the thing: like when you're giving a hot take or a critique, you're not telling people this is a fact.
Absolutely.
This is just your take, and maybe we should take a second look at it. It's like, consider, like we should be willing to take into consideration other people's opinions, right? Like, you don't have to take them as your own opinion, but that's what empathy is all about, right? It's like if I could empathize with your idea of like what you thought of Saving Private Ryan. It's like I haven't seen the movie, so I couldn't say that either or. But I can get it, like from what you've talked about and explained in your short little video. It's like that kind of makes sense. I mean, he's like, why would you like? What's the like? There's certain secrets that you kind of want to hide for a reason, but then you're like, that seems so minor. In order to like protect somebody.
And then the other thing is, as much as I love the Superman movie, by the way, going back to that, I even said in my review of it, available now on our social medias, I even said, hey, there's a couple of plot points that are a little too convenient, but it works as a whole. And it's true. There's one, and I won't say what it is. Justin, maybe you know what I'm talking about, but there's a couple of like very contrived plot points. And when I was watching, I was like, really, bro? But the whole thing works as a whole. Like all the pieces come together, even if it's not 100% perfect. It's still, for me, a great movie, and I still want people to watch it. You know,
it was a fantastic movie.
Yeah.
And I agree with you on the same points. I have never loved a Superman movie. I actually love this one more than Man of Steel.
Yeah, there you go.
This movie's amazing. And circle back on that.
Yeah.
George Reeves, who played the original black and white live action Superman, is not related to Christopher Reeve.
Right.
And it's literally that one letter, because I didn't realize. I thought it was Christopher Reeves. No, it's just Christopher Reeve.
Yeah.
And George Reeves has the S. And I'm like, fuck.
What
dude.
a funny coincidence, huh?
Well, there we go. I was wrong.
Figured it out. I was wrong. We were both wrong.
And on that note, going back to my Saving Private Ryan hot take, by the way, I say in that video that the Nazi soldier that they capture is the same one that comes back and kills more of their men, and I show a clip of him doing that, not actually killing him, but like, you know, from that scene. As it turns out, though, it's two completely different characters, two completely different actors. And the reason people were able to, I didn't believe it at first, but somebody was like, no, look at their lapels. Like the original guy has like a certain Nazi insignia, and the other guy has like a German soldier insignia. It's a complete different insignia. And it's like, and if you look at the IMDb, it's two different actors. They're just both happen to be bald.
Wow.
And they just kind of look, but they're not the same guy. So the first guy, Steamboat
no
Willie,
idea.
is the guy that they can't remember. The Steamboat Willie.
Yeah.
He's the one that I actually haven't seen it, which I don't know, by the way. It's crazy because it's such a good movie.
We're going to watch that movie too.
We're going to watch it. Yeah, Steamboat Willie is the guy that Upham befriends as he's digging the hole and all that, and then they let him go. But the guy that kills Mellish, the Jewish character, later on in the movie, that's not Steamboat Willie. That's a whole different character who just happens to be bald and kind of looks like him. So
I didn't know that either. I thought it was the same guy.
I was blown away. I totally thought, yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Because he walks down the steps and he looks at Upham and he just kind of like keeps going. And I'm like, oh, because he knows Upham. He's not going to kill him because he probably remembers that he let him go. He helped him out and all that. But no, he just, Upham was just terrified, and that's why he just let him, you know,
Alex,
live.
I'm very glad that we're kind of sort of being vague on this, because you have no idea what the perspective is of it. But when we finally get you to watch Saving Private Ryan, it'll probably make sense. But that's a spoiler for me, I suppose, because I'm like, oh, I thought it was the same guy the whole time. You'll understand. You'll understand.
You guys are kind of like dorking. You guys are kind of dorking out on Saving Private Ryan, and I'll admit, I was like sitting here, just like dozing off, like I was like, I don't know what this movie's about. It's like
it's so good. I'm surprised you haven't seen it. That's like one of the biggest.
But like we said,
who doesn't like Vin Diesel?
Oh, that's true. You know what? He's good in that movie. I'll give him a pass.
I was about to say.
For all the 5 minutes he's in it. Go ahead, Alex.
Here's the thing, though. Like you and I have admitted, like we aren't very big fans of like military propaganda. So.
No,
I that's the whole reason why I haven't watched a lot of military movies. Haven't.
Yeah.
You know, what I mean, like even westerns to me, they have that sort of like rugged individualism like thing going on with it that I don't really agree with. It's like, no, you're just trying to push a narrative.
Tombstone's kind of sort of like a brotherhood in a way.
Well, yeah, but like that was one that was like I felt was more enjoyable. You know, like I gave it the chance, and I think like stuff like say Django Unchained really kind of like pushes away from that sort of thing. And while it is a Western, it's also about like a black man who was a slave. You know,
I think when it comes to genre, context matters, right? Like who's making this movie? What's the story they're trying to tell? Yeah, why are they making it? You know, like Spielberg because Spielberg's a huge World War II nerd. You know, his dad was a World War II veteran, I believe. You know, World War II is like a big thing for him, and as it is for a lot of men, I think, from his age group. So context really matters, and some movies like John Wayne movies are just blatant. A pro-American, blah, 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 kind of bullshit. But like a movie like Tombstone doesn't have that feel to it, I think. And a movie like Saving Private Ryan doesn't have like that pro-military propaganda vibe to it. At least I don't think so. But yeah, I think context always matters when it comes to that sort of shit. So
I don't think Saving Private Ryan is pro military propaganda.
No.
I think it is a story about a group of guys caught up in one of the worst situations in history.
Yeah, and it's a brilliant movie, and we should do that next.
Like, I feel like that's where I kind of like I kind of lump everything together. Whereas like I understand like a movie like Tombstone. It's about a brotherhood. Saving Private Ryan is about a group of guys trying to
It's a
Django
brotherhood as
Unchained.
well, in a way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Django Unchained is about a black slave who became a this outlaw. Right? So that
Badass.
so it's kind of like one of those things where it's like, yes, I instinctually kind of it's all the same. I understand the concept that there are those movies that do push that narrative, right? But there are those movies that don't, and so like I understand that I shouldn't do that so often. It's hard for me to do that, to not be so instinctual.
Well, you still got to watch Saving Private Ryan, because I'm telling you, man,
it's a good one. Like, even if you don't really like war movies, it's definitely really good. I mean, Steven Spielberg. It's a wonderful movie.
Every time I watch it, Tom Hanks makes me cry. That one scene where he cries makes me cry. That one scene where he's talking about his wife and how he'll never be the same again when he gets back to her. Like, even now, just talking about it, like, that shit makes me like, that's how good that movie is. So highly recommend it, Alex. All right, guys. Well, I think we did it. Hey, let's wrap it up really quick. Talk about the things that we're looking forward to today, tomorrow, and beyond. I know personally, if you guys haven't seen the trailer for Project Hail Mary starring Ryan Gosling, I am so hyped for that movie because I read the book last summer, maybe the summer before. I can't remember, but the book was fucking amazing. Andy Weir, the same guy that did The Martian, and he also wrote another book. I can't remember the name of it right now, which I also enjoyed, ironically. But anyway, Project Hail Mary was the big sci-fi book of the year that year, and I read it and I loved it. And the trailer looks fantastic. Don't just ignore the people that are saying there's spoilers in the trailer. There's not really spoilers, because the spoiler they're talking about actually happens in like the first 100 pages of the book. So it's not really a spoiler. The book is like 400 some pages long. Hyped for that movie. And I saw the teaser when I went to go see Superman for Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey. Not much really going on in that teaser. Just a couple of quick clips of people talking. What's his name? That plays Spider-Man now looks a little out of place. Tom Holland looks a little out of place because he's such a baby-faced dude. But it's Christopher Nolan. How can you not be hyped for Christopher Nolan? So those are the two things I'm looking forward to the most in the coming months / more than a year from now. Justin, what do you got? What are you excited about? What are you hyped?
I'm excited for the Odyssey as well. I just saw the trailer during Superman, and I'm actually really stoked about it. I love the original Odyssey movie. If you guys have never seen it, like, that movie is classic. It's such a good movie. Yeah, it's probably graphically unenhanced with the claymation and everything, but the original, The Odyssey, was a fantastic movie. And I've read I didn't read the book. I read the screenplay for it though, which was pretty cool. Did that in English class. But as far as like horror movies go, it looks like we're gonna have a pretty light year as far as horror movies are concerned.
Really?
Most of them have,
you think so?
Most of them have already released. But I'm just gonna say I'm excited for the last iteration of the Conjuring movie, and I'm excited for it. So I didn't really like the previous one. The Devil Made Me Do It. It was okay. Like, it had the same, I guess, feel to it, but it wasn't quite the same. And that's because the director, James Wan, didn't really have anything except for executive producer credits. So usually I always say, if it's not directed by James Wan, it's not going to be good. But The Conjuring 4...
If it's not James Wan, you're not Guan.
Yeah, you're not Guan. And so at least he's coming back to direct this final iteration of The Conjuring with Ed and Lorraine Warren in their, I guess, final their final case that they had to deal with. But on top of that, I'm actually kind of sort of I'm surprised, but I'm pretty stoked for the Black Phone 2. Which should be coming out pretty soon. I loved the first Black Phone.
I did not like the first one.
I thought Ethan Hawke was amazing. You didn't see his face ever.
Ethan Hawke is great. Yeah,
I thought it was an incredible movie. And then I guess I'm kind of excited for the next Saw movie.
They're still doing those.
Well, here's the thing: is that like they kind of had like a how do I say? They kind of had a reimagining when it came to the last Saw installation, and I've seen all the Saw movies.
That had Chris Rock in it, right?
No. That was called that one was just called Spiral, and that was a one-off. It lined up with the story of Saw.
Was it good?
Kind of its own. Spiral was not good. It was. So I've seen, like I said, I've seen them all.
They've made like 30 of those movies.
My favorite ones are the first 3. They're pretty good, and then all the rest of them sucked until 10. And then when 10 came out, I was like, "All right, this shit's so good." It was such a good story. Yeah, what?
I'm pretty sure I gave up after like the 4th or 5th.
Yeah, 10. There's 10.
Yeah,
there's 10, and they're about to have an 11th.
I knew there was 3. I didn't realize they got that far.
There is 10, and I'm just gonna say this: watch I would highly recommend to everybody listening, just watch the first 2 Saw movies, and then go watch 10. Don't bother with the other ones. They're cheesy, they're corny, they're not.
And they're all the same,
and it's all the same. No, 10 is good. 10 actually has a really nice like story to it, a nice plot, and some pretty insane moments that I was kind of taken aback by. I was like, anyway, yeah, and pretty much that's what I've been. Oh, and Evil Dead Burn. I'm excited for Evil Dead Burn. Evil Dead Rise was pretty good. It's not my favorite. I actually much prefer.
Is Raimi directing that? Is he behind all those the new ones too?
I think he's been behind on all of them. Yeah,
Sam Raimi's great.
I think even Evil Dead Rise he's a part of, and Evil Dead Burn. I'm sure he'll continue on with that one. I think. Like, honestly, Evil Dead Rise was pretty okay. I think a little overhyped. But I do like the, I think, 2010 Evil Dead movie. That one was perfect for me. It was a reboot, but it was perfect. What?
Did you like the TV show?
I never
watched a show?
It was called Ash vs. the Evil Dead. I never watched it. I don't know. Something about it didn't really... Yeah, I don't.
Sam Raimi's he's such a filmmaker through and through. Like, he's a filmmaker's filmmaker. Like, the guy just knows how to make movies, and he knows how to do them cheap. At least he used to. I don't know about now, but like the guy's just like he's got film running through his blood. You know, the way he makes movies, it's great.
Yeah,
I have a lot of respect for him just on that aspect alone. But
yeah,
all right, cool. Well, thank you for that, Justin. Alex, what are you excited? What are you hyped for, my friend?
Obviously, Comic-Con. San Diego Comic-Con is next week. But obviously, by the time we release this, we're planning it on releasing it the day before preview night, right? I think it's we're releasing on a Tuesday, this coming Tuesday.
Yes, sir.
Wednesday. So if you're catching this, you're probably either gonna catch it while I'm making plans to do stuff, or I might be at a party for yesterday.
We release at midnight on Tuesday, so you'll have had all of Tuesday to listen to this episode and
try to track me down. But
you'll be busy.
Just to piggyback on what Justin said, actually, to be quite honest, I'm shocked that you said that horror is kind of slowing down, because at Comic-Con they seem to have a lot of horror going on there.
Horror is one of those genres that they pump them out so quick and so fast for any franchise. It's crazy.
There's a movie. Go ahead, Justin.
No, I was just gonna say, so when I mean light, it's like things that I'm automatically just interested in, from the get go. As far as blockbuster horror movies go, I'm excited for The Conjuring. Those are those Those
Yeah.
are like the main
Yeah.
movies I'm excited for. When it comes to the independent stuff, honestly, I don't even get to see it most of the time until I see
Yeah.
a trailer for it. I'll go to the theater,
Yeah.
or it comes on streaming, or like
So
I like going on Shutter in particular. So
yeah. So yeah, this year, like you mentioning Shutter at Comic Con, Shutter's celebrating their 20th year anniversary. They're gonna have an
20 years?
activation. Yep, they're gonna have an
I
activation.
thought they were like in the last 5 years or something. I didn't know they
No,
were
they
that
they've
old.
been around since like
That's
Netflix.
crazy.
Netflix started in like early 2000s, mid 2000s. Right when
Wow.
they started,
I didn't know
when
Shutter
they
was
started streaming.
That's
But yeah,
interesting.
but there's a lot of horror going on there. There's the Allison Brie, Allison Brie from Community, and her husband. They're doing that movie, that body horror movie, together. Being Together. Is it Being Together or Together? They're going to be showing that. Neon is actually screening a bunch of stuff. Legendary is coming back for I think one of their movies, but I think they're actually
Ooh.
it's not a horror movie. I'm wrong, but they are coming back for the first time after almost 10 years, or almost 10 years being gone. They're having the Naked Gun movie's gonna be there.
Oh,
But
that looks great too.
what I'm looking forward to at Comic Con, Toxic Avengers. That's gonna be awesome. Peter Dinklage.
Is that DC or Marvel? I don't even know.
It's not either.
It's
It's
neither.
a trauma.
Oh.
It's a trauma film. They're rebooting.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought it was a superhero franchise.
No. Well,
Just because it
he's
says
technically a
Avenger
superhero.
doesn't mean Marvel.
That's my boomer mind, I think. Even though I'm not a boomer.
That's. I mean,
Okay, boomer.
They are
What is that?
typically-
It's anime Groku or Gogu.
Why don't you take this dollar and go buy yourself a Star War?
One piece, I'll give you 5 pieces right here, kid. Psh. No, I don't know. That's dumb.
But yeah,
Just
I'm
cut that
looking
out.
for that one. Forward to that one. That looks great. The trailer looks awesome. What's it? Elijah Wood is in it. He plays the villain.
Oh, nice.
Oh my gosh,
Frodo.
he looks so crazy in that. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to Alien Earth. That looks awesome. They're gonna have a panel there, and they're gonna have a really cool activation, as we were talking about. They're
Activation.
They're partnering with this company called Chain, who does these their own versions. Sometimes also partnering with chain restaurants. Like they've partnered with Taco Bell, Pizza Hut.
They should do the shrimp fingers from Beetlejuice. Is Alien Earth in the same universe as Alien Romulus, or is it a follow-up, or what is it?
No, not necessarily like the same universe. Well, okay, it's the same universe in general, but it's a different time period. It takes place during, I believe, like when the Alien versus Predator movies were around. If I'm correct, let me look it up real quick.
And I
Okay.
feel like they're setting that up.
Yeah,
Right? I feel like they're setting that up
Yeah.
because Disney owns Fox, and Fox owned both Predator and Alien. And
Okay.
why wouldn't you?
So-
and they've already have this long legacy of Alien versus Predator comic books and toys, and they even still did the
Yeah.
movie. So
So
why not?
it takes place before the Alien movies, the original Alien movies, but it takes place all after Prometheus and Alien Covenant. So smack in the middle between the first Alien movie and Alien Covenant.
Oh, and Alien Romulus takes place after the events of the first Alien movie.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
believe,
It's
right? Okay.
in between Alien and
It's
Aliens.
so weird how
yeah.
they decide all that. It's just confusing, but whatever.
Honestly, I hope they keep their track record going, because they've been doing a really good job with the Alien series lately. So
Yeah, Alien Romulus is great.
Yeah.
I didn't really like Covenant too much, but
Yeah,
they're doing a good job with what they're doing right now.
yeah. I'm looking
go ahead,
forward
Alex.
to, like I said, the Toxic Avenger, but I might miss it because if I get into the not the party, but the show, the concert with Anna Managuchi, which runs at the same time, I probably will miss it. Actually, the ticket pickup for Anna Managuchi is happening at the same time as the Toxic Avenger panel, so I might have to choose between like either doing something later that evening or doing something right at that moment. We'll see. But I'm really looking forward to the Anamanaguchi show at Comic-Con. I'm also looking forward to hopefully I might miss this as well, but hopefully getting into the panel where Guillermo del Toro, George Lucas are doing a panel, and George Lucas is previewing his new museum that he's creating. It's like
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's why he's there.
And-
Shit.
Jealous.
Because you
and
can't get
on
that
top
man to
of it-
come out for nothing.
and on top of it, guess who's moderating that panel? Queen Latifah.
Wow. That's a
No way,
I
that's
never thought of.
crazy.
Yeah, it's such a wild like panel just to have those three. You know, like,
I'm all for it.
I love Guillermo del Toro. Obviously George Lucas. Queen Latifah, I loved her like a few of her songs. I loved her in Living Color, you know that TV show. Other than that, I don't.
What about
really
the
know too much
reboot of Taxi? Was it Taxi?
Oh.
Taxi Driver?
Was that the
No,
one
no,
with
no.
like with Jimmy Fallon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The better
no,
one is
no,
bringing down the house is Steve Martin. She's like, "You'll expunge my record," and Steve Martin's like, "Consider yourself expunged." I love that movie.
Oh my gosh!
Anything with Steve Martin is gold. Come on.
Oh my gosh! But yeah, what else I think I'm excited for? That's currently all I'm thinking about. I mean, Comic-Con is just so much in the foreground right now that's occupying so much of my time and space of like what I
Yeah.
want to do, what I want to buy, what I don't have enough money for, but I wish I could buy.
I got a question for you, Alex.
What's up?
Are we are our listeners and watchers, or both, are they going to be seeing some cool little fun videos from you guys while you're out there?
Oh, you definitely will be. Like, I think we're gonna do some daily videos.
Blow me up, Alex.
I think they're gonna see us getting our. You can see us do our fit checks for Comic Con.
Fit checks,
Fit
yeah.
check.
Oh yeah,
You gotta-
there needs to be a
You gotta
Comic-Con
show us what
fashion
you're
show.
wearing
Yeah.
before you sleep.
No, I'll just get ready with me.
Get ready with me.
I'll stand there
dressed with
in
me.
just my boxers and socks. It's like this is the top.
Alex, no, you should go
Wait.
Cholo style.
Oh,
Dickies shorts with the Dickies shirt and then like the socks,
Dude.
the high white socks with the fucking slides.
so Arnold,
Orale.
Donald, and I, we were planning on doing the Beastie Boys from Intergalactic.
Oh,
We were gonna cosplay that, but we didn't know if we would have a hotel nearby because, like, I told him I won't do that unless we have a hotel because that thing is hot. Remember, Justin, when we wore those?
Yeah, I
for, like,
remember.
Halloween. It was freaking
The
hot.
working men.
Yeah. I think the Ghostbusters.
You know
They confuse us.
Ghostbusters? Oh, well, it's the working men going down
yeah,
the
you guys should
street.
start a band at this point, even if you don't know how to play music.
Yeah, no, but we were
We're
gonna
gonna call it
Yeah, the working
we were
guys.
gonna get all
Planetary
dressed up as,
Intergalactic.
like the intergalactic costume and walk around with a boombox playing Beastie Boys Intergalactic and do all the poses. You know.
Justin, I like that as our resident white guy, you are a man of the culture, my friend.
Thank you. I don't know if that's a compliment.
No, it is. It totally is.
I'm scared. I'm scared to take certain compliments for this day and age, being a white man and all.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true. I didn't think about that. Good stuff, guys. We said we'd only do half an hour, and here we are, an hour and almost an hour
and a half.
No, but this is good. This is good discussion. This is good stuff to use, use for the socials. But hey, I think we did it.
Yep.
Lots of stuff to look forward to, even in this crazy day and age where TV seasons go 2 years before they release a new one, and you only get 5 episodes, and movies are all just remakes of other movies. there's still good stuff in between. You gotta search. It's like the bin at Walmart with all the crappy $5 movies. There's some gems in there, guys. You know, that's what you gotta sift through the gems.
Yeah.
Sift through I don't know why I'm doing this, but I like it. Real talk.
I actually did that. Let me see. I have my stack.
You
of
have a bin
movies.
of $5 DVDs. Oh,
I have a stack of $2.
oh, let's show.
DVDs.
Yeah, show your haul. Let's see your haul.
So my latest book off haul at the
Nice.
bargain bin, the bargain section. I got Big Hero 6.
Good.
Wonderful movie.
The mom is hot.
Needs a sequel.
Planet Terror.
Wonderful movie.
I haven't
Needs a
watched that in
sequel.
years. I need to watch that.
And the double feature when it first came out, when Planet Terror came out,
Grindhouse.
was Death Proof.
Wonderful
Death Proof,
movie.
yeah.
Death Proof. That was
No one
Good
ever
as a
talks about
standalone.
that enough when it
Yeah.
comes to Tarantino.
Season 1 of The Office.
Oh, love it.
See,
And then
Office coming back for a
Season
sequel.
5 of The Office.
Season, yeah. That's like peak Office right there.
Southland Tales, the only good role that Dwayne The Rock Johnson ever had. Every other movie he sucks.
Is that the guy from American Pie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the
What's
same
his
guy
name?
who directed Donnie Darko.
Oh,
We gotta watch that. We gotta watch Southland Tales. It's actually a really good movie. Tim and Eric's $1 billion movie.
Oh my God, I'm so
that
jealous.
fucking movie.
Yo, how much you want for that? I'll buy it from you.
Dude, I was surprised that I found this.
Sounds like
I
shrimp.
found this.
Yeah,
And
I'm gonna
it was the
look. No, I'm
$2
gonna look
bin.
for it.
Oh,
Damn. Yo,
And then,
shrimp.
it being a South Park anniversary, I think this year.
hell yeah.
Oh,
The Trey Parker
Bigger,
and Matt
longer,
Stone are
uncut.
going to be at Comic-Con. They have South Park.
Hell yeah.
better.
Yo, if you meet
Bigger,
them,
better,
get them to
longer,
sign that,
uncut.
man.
Oh yeah.
Oh, love
and then
it.
Team America. I realized I actually
Hell yeah, dude.
Team America
Hell
already.
yeah, that's such a.
So if you guys want
Hey,
one,
terrorists! Terrorize this! Sorry.
I'm so roundry.
I'm Roundry.
I love how that I actually went to the panel for Team America at Comic-Con.
Did you
And
really?
I remember,
Yeah.
and I remember them talking about how this was a reaction to them making. I can't remember which movie it was. It was
Basketball?
Basketball, and how they never ever want to work with actors ever again. That's what they said.
And
Yeah.
then they never wanted to work with marionettes ever again because it was a
Yeah,
pain in the ass
yeah.
to film that movie.
But then they have one of the biggest.
fucking stupid? Why can't they be smart like me?
But then
Yo, I
they
can
made, they
feel
made
it,
one of
though.
the biggest theater, like what do they call it? Broadway musicals ever.
yeah, Book of Mormon.
Book of Mormon.
Book of Mormon.
Yeah,
You know, so
I've heard that's great. I've never seen
Yeah.
it, but I've heard it's great.
I really
As someone who
want to
lived in Utah for a year, I have to see Book of Mormon.
Cannibal the musical.
Oh, good
They're
stuff.
great with musicals. I'm just gonna say Trey Parker, Matt Stone.
They are.
They're amazing
They are.
with musicals. Even Team
Yeah.
America has some like musical
Oh yeah,
feelings.
they love it.
Yeah.
South Park has music bits in the movie throughout the whole fucking movie. You know,
Yeah.
blame Canada. Fuck Canada. No, I'm kidding.
Which they are
I love
today.
our neighbors too.
Which is kind
No,
of
no, no.
ironic.
And canceled in Canada.
Yeah. Oh no! Banned from TikTok again and Reddit again. No. But speaking of TikTok and Reddit, we're on there. We're not on Reddit, but we are on TikTok.
Yeah.
You should follow us. Never Seen a Podcast on Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Blue Sky, Facebook, X. And visit us on our website, neverseenapodcast.com. Email us at podcast.neverseenit@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. Subscribe to us on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, everywhere. And if you like the show, share it, leave a review. It helps us out. Subscribe, do all that good stuff. Want to thank a former guest now of the show, Mr. Kyle Mapson, for our intro and outro music. Kyle Mapson of Burn Cycle. Follow him on Instagram, selfies_food_and_pets. I will always remember it that way. And by the way, we have an exclusive bonus interview episode with him dropping in the next couple of weeks as well. So look out for that. He talks to us about his sort of creative process and how he sort of got involved with certain artistic endeavors throughout his day and all that. It was a really interesting conversation. So look out for that. And yeah, thanks for listening. Any final thoughts now from the gentleman?
Go watch
See you at
some fucking
Comic-Con.
movies.
Yeah.